So, who is Chris Doyle, right? Chris Doyle was the strength and conditioning coach at Iowa for the Iowa Hawkeyes football program for over 20 years, right? So he ended up leaving because it started coming out allegations against him being racist against black players and black players. Slow down while you're talking, Edward. He's been being racist against black players and, alleged bullying. So that came about with a simple tweet from James Daniels, who's a Chicago Bears guard currently, but attended Iowa in college. And he had put out a tweet. I think this is like this past summer. There are too many racial disparities in the Iowa football program. Black players have been treated unfairly for far too long. Then you had free safety from the Titans. He also had kind of like second that motion with his own tweet, basically saying, I remember whenever walking into the facility, it would be difficult for black players to walk around the facility and be themselves, as if the way you grew up was the wrong way or wasn't acceptable, and that would be judged by that, and you would be judged by that, and it would impact playing time. That's crazy. And so Chris Doyle, this guy that they're alleging to be racist against black players and bullied them when he was at Iowa, he got the player improvement position. He got hired on with the Jaguars by Urban Meyer, who's now the head coach. And these two, Chris Doyle and Urban Meyer, have been friends for 20-some plus years. Urban Meyer hiring him off his track record at Iowa. And it wasn't just James Daniel and Amani Hooker. It was, multiple players that came from Iowa, and some players who transferred because of what they said. How Chris Doyle was treating them. All that was going on. People raised hysteria of how would Urban Meyer hire this guy with his track record and so on and so forth. And so Chris Doyle eventually left Iowa because he didn't want to be a distraction. And I want to say a day later, after being hired by Urban Meyer and all the hysteria going on in the media, Chris Doyle then said he was going to step down away from the position because he didn't want to be a distraction with Urban Meyer coming on. Christian has a hot take that he says it's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. And Coach Johnson, the floor is yours to piss people off, sir.
Thank you, sir. I really do appreciate it. Everyone, if you don't want to get your feelings hurt, you can go ahead and cut the podcast off right now or fast forward. Be about 2-3 minutes. Thank you, Black Peace. Here we go. So, for everyone they want to, you can go look up the article and all the tweets. Bleacher Report put an article out with all the tweets about what was going on at Iowa. Okay, I would love for you to go through and look at all the tweets. Look at all the tweets. Number one. People's experience can be their experience, right? But we have to also ask, are they justified in their feelings? And did what they say happened actually happen, right? Now, there's nothing there that I would say that I would question, like, hey, did this happen or not? Because everything that a lot of these players put on there, I was like, wait a second. I've had coaches that have done that. I would guess that many of us who have played sports, who have been in football, who have been in high testosterone environments, have had coaches to do things like that. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, I was just gonna ask you to just like give us a few examples of like the stuff you said players said that was being done or stuff that you related to that's been done.
Yeah, a few examples, right? So, Coach Doyle is the strength and conditioning coach. Now, anybody who has been at a program that has a strength and conditioning coach, so either in high school or in college, or even at the pro level, these are the craziest people in the program. These are the nuts. These are the guys who get up at 3 a.m. in the morning and say, "Where's the sun?" Right? These are the nuttiest people on the planet. Okay, and if you look on the sidelines on Saturdays, the guy that's running around on the fields, jumping up and down at every score in his khakis, that's the strength and conditioning coach. Okay, he's always the crazy one. So Chris Doyle, he's also crazy. Now, one morning, Chris Doyle, he doesn't play about players drinking water. He's like, hey, we have this water for you. You got to drink every bit before we get started with our workout. You have one particular player, he's showing up and he's a little late, right? He's a little late. He doesn't have enough time to finish his whole water and get back to the workout, right? So he drinks about half of it and he throws it away. Chris Doyle says, hey, I don't play about my water. Dig your hand in that trash can, get the water back, and finish drinking the water, right? Now, many people would say this is pretty insensitive, right? This player took it as, hey, he doesn't have respect for black folks. He wants us to dig inside of trash cans where people bleed and sweat and all that stuff and all that. So he has no respect for us, right? I mean, hey, this is a crazy MFer, and that's what they do, right? All right, next. There's another player who he thinks is kind of soft, right? He thinks the guy's kind of soft. He knows that the player who's from, I think, Cleveland, went to, or some town in Ohio, went to the local Catholic school and did not go to the local public school. And he says something to the effect, hey, you know, I know your soft behind had to go to the Catholic school because you couldn't make it over there with the thugs at the other school, right? Now, in the tweet, the player admits that the school had issues, which is why he went to the Catholic school. Now, if a black person, a black coach would have said the same thing, no one would question it, right? Because it's a white guy saying it, you know, we all question it, right? The last one I'm gonna give, it wasn't him, it was actually the head coach. There's a player who was, you know, he in the tweet he's talking about how he loved his hometown and everything, and he got a tattoo on his forearm, and his coach is asking about him. He's explaining why he got the tattoo and all that, right? Mind you, the coach is like 74. After he gets done explaining why he got the tattoo, the coach says, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and walks on, right? And the player gets all in his feelings, right? Like, oh, snap, I must have not, you know, grown up on the right side of the tracks. Mind you, we just had a conversation earlier about some black folks or some people of color who also would have said the same thing. Okay, so point number one, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. We black folks, us with this pigment in our skin, right? We look so freaking weak to the rest of the world when we come out crying off of little stuff like this. These are grown men. This is not the Powder Puff League. This is not Pop Warner. This is not JV football. This is not girls volleyball. These are grown men in a high testosterone environment, and somebody says something that hurts your freaking feelings, and you want to go crying about it. I'm sorry. I have no sympathy. I have no sympathy. Number two, to the Jaguar fans and the Jaguar journalists, right, who got super woke and were like, there's no way that we can bring this racist guy in here, who didn't actually say anything racist. He just said something mean to a couple players. We can't have him in here. Hey, Urban, why would you bring this guy in here? Question, did y'all not know Urban's history? We did not bring Urban Meyer in here because we thought he was Tony Dungy and he would bring in a bunch of guys who went to church with him. He's not Frank Wright. No, if you look at his history, how many players has he had that have been in jail? How many coaches has he had who've had sketchy past, who've had sketchy things going on? Yes, we did not hire Urban Meyer to bring in the classiest people into the organization. We hired Urban Meyer because we know he's a winner. And sometimes that comes with some baggage. So we shouldn't have been surprised that he brought somebody who had some baggage, right? Number three, I am pissed off at Chris Doyle. Because Chris Doyle, you should have stayed into the fight, brother. It is what it is. This is the world we're in. This is the world we're in. I know you had dreams of being into the NFL and seeing the program and go and build. Also, too, if people go back and look at the tweet thread, the guy Daniels who put out the original tweet said that he would not have gotten to the NFL if it wasn't for Chris Doyle. Right. My last point. Right, I'm gonna read a scene from a play called Fences. It is one of the greatest scenes in in all of 20th century art, especially Black art, and it's just great. So I would love for you guys just to indulge me for about 2 minutes, right? It's about a son and a father having a conversation, right?
You better
And
do it like Denzel.
yes, this is Denzel. This is Denzel. Denzel did the movie. Denzel did the movie. Yes. So son asks his dad, "How come you ain't never liked me?" Like you? Who the hell say I got to like you? What law is there say I got to like you? Want to stand up in my face and ask a damn fool ass question like that, talking about liking somebody? Come here, boy, when I talk to you. Straighten up, damn it. I asked you a question. What law is there say I got to like you? None. Well, all right then. Don't you eat every day? Answer me when I'm talking to you. Don't you eat every day? Yeah. Nigga, as long as you in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me. Yes, sir. You eat every day. Yes, sir. You got clothes on your back. Yes, sir. Why you think that is? Because of you? Oh, hell, I know it's because of me. But why do you think that is? Because you like me? Like you? I go out of here every morning, bust my butt, putting up with them crackers every day because I like you? You about the biggest fool I ever saw. It's my job. It's my responsibility. You understand that? A man got to take care of his family. You live in my house, sleep on my bedclothes, fill your belly. You, my flesh and blood, not because I like you, because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe you a responsibility to you. Let's get this straight here before it go along any further. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand don't give me my money come payday because he likes me. He gives me mine because he owes me. I done given you everything I had to give you. I give you your life. Me and your mama worked that out between us. And liking your black eyes wasn't a part of the bargain. Don't you try and go through life worrying about if somebody like you or not. You best be making sure they're doing right by you. You understand what I'm saying, boy? Yes, sir. Then get the hell out of my face and get on down to A&P. Ladies and gentlemen, millennials, black folk, brothers out there, I don't care if the person that you got to work with is the biggest, I don't care if he got a KKK card. As long as he is standing next to you and you getting paid because of the work that he's doing and the work that you're doing, and y'all can go to y'all separate ways at the end, well, but godly, just go to separate ways, right? I'm tired of us trying to, you know, they don't like us. You know, America doesn't like you. So what? As long as we getting eyes, it don't matter. Let us get eyes and move on.